Hello, yes, yes, hello, and hello, yes, and yes, hello. I'm doing one of these things. Let's just get on with the bastard. If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations. Well, and this is a problem that's going to come up quite a lot. I don't know what you mean by humanity, nor what you mean by transnational corporations. And there isn't an option for I don't know. So, yeah, nice one, guys. How you managed to define anyone as a centrist seems logically impossible, but whatever. I mean, I don't know what you mean, but it's fairly obvious what you're driving at. Agree. I'd always support my country whether it was right or wrong. No. If someone believes 2 plus 2 is 5, I will not follow or support them. They are going to break something. Strongly disagree. No one chooses his or her country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. Well, no. You can choose to stay there or not. There's no reason to have pride in the rock you were born on, but I'm immensely proud of British culture and what it's achieved over the centuries. It's like I'm not particularly proud of the planet Earth for being serendipitous enough to get locked into the Goldilocks zone, but you can't help but admire the life that grows on it in those conditions, especially if you happen to be part of that life. If at any point British culture ceases to be a model that inspires me, I will up and leave this shithole faster than a racehorse with a cheetah up its arse, with a spine-tailed swift up its arse, with gonorrhea up its arse. And I've no idea where I'd go. I don't know of any country that does have civil rights in place for the benefit of such an unholy basilisk. But yeah, disagree. Our race has superior qualities compared with other races. Okay, this is, again, I don't know what you mean by superior. I don't even know what you could mean. Right? Everything in nature is evolved to be superior in its own environment in some way. In our case, you could say dark skin is superior at the equator and light skin is superior at the poles. In a way, it's true, but in another way, again, I get what you're driving at. I think. Disagree. Your enemy's enemy is my friend. Well, again, only sometimes, not necessarily. If only there was a sometimes option. Wait, your enemy's enemy is my friend. Well, I don't know you. So it's none of my business. Strongly disagree. Yeah, this is getting easier. Military genocide by biochemical warfare is sometimes justified. Well, you've used sometimes in the question itself. This actually solves my problem, although not in this case. I will hit the strongly disagree button with confidence and aplomb, as well as my usual tintinnabulation. There is currently a worrying fusion of infotainment and flat-out lies. Couldn't possibly agree more. and I mean currently. I'm experiencing it right now. Next page. All right. Nationalism is ultimately oppressive, but not as ultimately oppressive as classism. Okay, I'm disagreeing with this statement purely on grounds of its misuse of the adverb ultimately. What do you mean, not as ultimately? Perhaps the word you're looking for is penultimately. I'm sorry for the AIDS pigging. I've reached whole new levels of not knowing what you mean. Controlling the lives of the rich is more important than controlling the lives of the poor. Well, there's no button for how about leave people to control themselves. But I guess the closest option is strongly disagree. Oh, I forgot to strongly disagree with. I forget what the fuck I was supposed to do there. Okay, given that markets cannot be trusted to protect freedom, we cannot allow them to be free. Okay, you're just weirding me out now. I am not and never have been a member of the National Socialist Workers' Union Party. Weird flex, but okay. It's a sad reflection on our society that something as rare and precious as drinking water is now considered a basic product. No. When people act like spoiled children, I have decided to see it as a hilarious reflection on our society, not a sad one. Alzheimer's is sad. Unbelievably immature adults are hilarious. Land isn't yours to tell me to get off it. Strongly agree. I do not own any land. What do I look like, a farmer? Fuck off. Oh wait, what was that? Whatever. It is regrettable that trade is dominated by traders who simply move materials around rather than trading. At this point, it's not your question that I don't understand so much as the universe you're living in. But I'm prepared to believe that in your universe, that this could well be a problem that exists. Agree. Protectionism is a thing now. Yep, I can believe it. That sounds exactly like how you would differentiate between good protection and bad protection in the current year. Agree. Grizzled men with large cigars should have every right to go around stomping on Smurfs if they feel like it. Dang, you got me. That's a genuine head scratcher. I'll go with disagree. For food, yes. For sport, sure, but not just because you feel like it. That's an undignified way to treat any Smurf. The taxes where I live are not to my liking. Note, don't tell us where you live, it does not matter. Okay, agree with the first part. I'm not sure what's going on in the brackets there. That seems to be a wall you're not supposed to be breaking, but okay. Those with the ability to pay should have access to the product they paid for. Seriously? This is actually an accurate parody of a question. Liars should be judged by crooks. I feel like that's just a surrealist statement, like something Salvador Dali would write on a toilet wall with David Lynch's dick in it. So it might not be metaphysically possible to agree with it. Disagree. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of dislike mobs to gang up on innocent corporate celebrities. Funny, I could have sworn you were about to start talking about monopolies. Thank you very much for getting to the point. Strongly disagree. The blurg, the schnagdar, the blurg, the gibnik. Strongly agree. All right, next page. All right, here we are at page 3. No man should ever be permitted to kill a baby. Well, agree. Strongly agree, in fact. I can only assume the next question is, all male authority should be questioned. Well, again, I agree, but I feel like something's being rather negligently omitted. I can't put my finger on it. If someone steals your tooth, why not send your son to die? That appears to be phrased as a question. As such, there is no premise with which to agree. As such, I strongly disagree with the phrasing. This is fun. Galleries are racist. disagree. Schools should continue to operate like prisons and get away with it by not calling themselves prisons. Disagree, but I'm fascinated to hear what it says about my political wings there. Darking down. Sentence fragment. Strongly disagree. On grounds of poor grammar. Whenever your mother or guardian throws a ceramic mixing bowl at your head, it hurts her more than it hurts you. I agree. I would much rather preserve my agency than my health. I mean, gun to my head. Are you lying to me? Strongly disagree. Well, disagree. Are you sure? You sound like you're on drugs. Why don't you get a proper job? Because I strongly disagree. Autism. Agree. Spank me. Disagree. Harder, damn it, I've been bad. Strongly disagree? I don't know. Disagreeing with a non-binary personality test of colour is a form of micro-abuse, therefore rape. Strongly disagree. Wait, what? If you call the cops, I'll scream. Bitch, I am the law. Strongly disagree. If you scream, I'll scream. Chance to be a fine thing. I'll make it look like you killed me. Promises, promises. And then I'll kill you. And relax. Next page. Page fucking 4. The only reason terrorism exists is because of counter-terrorism. No. Sounds lovely and poetic and shit, but it's just a deepity. Sorry. Let's face it, an omnipotent dictatorship is a good idea as long as they're the correct kind of dictator. Well, look, the people who believe that are not going to admit it. Even on an anonymous survey. People who believe patently evil things are going to learn how to do everything they can to tell themselves they are perfectly virtuous and righteous and have everyone else believe it too. Those are the safest possible conditions in which to carry out your evil deeds. That's why these surveys are useless. You see, they don't tell you what people really believe. They tell you what virtues they think they're supposed to uphold. Why anyone trusts these things is a fucking mystery to me. Big Brother loves us and is good to us, and the only ones he executes are the bad men who displease him. Another problem. I agree with the last claim, but not the first two. So I guess that's it. Aggregate total of disagree. I'm getting the hang of this. We should be legally allowed to murder anyone whom we perceive to be committing a hate indecent against women, racial minorities, or animals. I just strongly disagree. I mean, I've lost the will to read now, let alone the will to pay any attention to my surroundings. In a civilized society, we should be in charge instead of the authoritarians. Who is this we? What is we apart from piss and or yes in French? That means I'm supposed to agree in French. Okay, strongly agree. Whoopee! I cracked the code. Now I just need to piss on it. That which is nothing is not nothing and shouldn't not be disconsidered as not something. I'm just going to close my eyes and spiral out, and whichever one I land on first, I'm just going to pick. Disagree. There we go. I am getting good at this game. It is sometimes justified to cast the Jews. Strongly disagree. Strongly disagree. No, strongly disagree. Disagree. I'm clicking the one on the top that would. Okay, fuck you. Expensive prison real estate should not be taken up by the Untermensch, for their flesh is more of goblin than man, and belongs nowhere but the nether planes from whence they spawned. Well, I disagree, but I'm enjoying the colourful fantasy motif you've got going on here. And the only way to show my appreciation is to agree. So there we go, that's how this works now. If potatoes are becoming scarce, then potatoes should eat the eyes out of their little baby potatoes, then dance around taunting the blinded youngsters and laughing. Quite a lot of these questions sound satirical. Like no one actually believes these things at all, never mind strongly. Fuck the premise. I mean, the actual thing. Fuck it, disagree or some shit. Your mother is a bitch. Stands up suddenly. So I don't get the reference. Ethics in multinational companies is just a dog whistle for rapists and Nazis who can't stand women in gaming. Well, clearly, yeah, you don't even need me for a punchline there, and frankly, you never did. Let's move on. You will join us. I strongly disagree. Wait, what did that say? I can't figure out how to go back without having to refill everything. I can't be bothered refilling it. Let's just get on with it. Social science accurately explains many things. Oh, merciful heavens. I haven't laughed this much since my last stroke. Strongly disagree. You cannot be moral without God and his only messenger, praise be upon him. I'm gonna take cake there. I'm not in the mood for death today. You caught me in a weird mood. Human beings are soulless, untrustworthy cretins, and that's why we need an economic system that requires everyone's unblinking altruistic cooperation at all times. Again, anything but strongly agree. Yeah, will put me on the worst kind of blacklist, so pragmatism. Strongly agree. Fuck what I think. I just want to live through this day. Good luck is entirely what you make of it. Bad luck is white men's fault. Same theme. I know what you want me to say. Let's just get this over with. It is important that I have the right to teach my children to eat their young. Agree. Bloody good question, by the way. Sex is immoral, but I believe this for the right reasons. Disagree? Sex is immoral, and I believe this for the wrong reasons. Oh, agree. Strongly agree. Now you're talking my language. Pornography featuring white men should be outlawed in order to pay screen time reparations to the industry's marginalized community of transgender toddlers of color. Strongly agree. I mean, for heaven's sake, it's 2019. What goes on in a private bedroom between a woman and a consenting male is no business of the state unless she says so. Definitely agree. I mean, who but a rapist could possibly balk at such a virtue? Are you feminine or are you homophobic? Strongly feminine. Homophobic or strongly homophobic? Strongly feminine. Definitely. I have a very feminine penis. When did you stop beating gay Muslim dogs? Yes, no, last Wednesday, banana. Clearly banana. You can't leave that window open for me. Right, I'm clearly going to take it. All right. Well, I hope someone somewhere is benefiting from their time, because I am utterly bloody wasting mine. Let's see who I am and which tribe I should segregate myself into. Huh. Well, I'll be damned. This thing's actually pretty good.